You're watching the PlantX Vodcast. Join us as we explore the inner workings of all things plant-based and all things PlantX, from the products and lifestyles to the people behind them. Now welcome our host, the man who combined his love of e-commerce and the plant-based lifestyle to create PlantX, Sean Dollinger.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of our PlantX Vodcast, where we go behind the scenes and share about our partners. And today we have Devon Lévesque on the show, who has a phenomenal company, was checking out some of their packaging, and really excited to have him on and share a little bit about what he does. And we met him at a joint fundraiser that we did a little while back in Austin, Texas, that Adam Kruger from our team went down to represent the PlantX family, and they just got along great. And Adam thought that he'd be a great guest for our show today. And, both supporting Justin Fields, who we're really proud of, came off a big weekend, got his first NFL win. Congrats to the Chicago Bears and Justin Fields. And on that note, we wouldn't have this show if it wasn't for our investors and shareholders and customers who support us. So we really love starting the show off by what PlantX is all about. We're your one-stop shop for everything plant-based. So if you're looking for meal delivery for plant-based items or grocery items, which we're now pretty close to 10,000 different items, and shipping all across North America, or just learning really what plant-based lifestyle is all about. It's also about education. We see largest technology companies in the world like Apple and Tesla, they have showrooms so people could feel welcomed to come explore a new concept or a new idea. And that's what we see plant-based living. It's this whole movement that we believe is here to stay. I use the word lifestyle. At the end of the day, this is a lifestyle someone chooses to live, and there's a lot more than just the food that goes into your body. And that's why we bought one of the leading plant subscription companies in Europe and the UK, because we believe that you should surround yourself around plants, and every part of your life should be about the lifestyle and the energy. And even before I jumped on here on the podcast today and spoke to Devon, you'll see that he truly is aligned on that front. So on that note, Devon, welcome to our show.
Hey, what's up, team? How are you? Nice to meet you, brother, and chat again. Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah, no, thanks for taking the challenge, and it's great to have you here. And we always like to start our vodcasts with asking, how do you take your coffee?
Man, I'm a little biased with this. I'm a part of Super Coffee, an investor in Super Coffee, so I have to give them a shout out. I drink Super Coffee every morning, and I do mix it with a couple things. I normally add honey to it. MCT oil, and not knowing if I'm allowed to say this or not, but I put a little psilocybin, little mushrooms in it every morning as well. So I microdose almost every day, usually 5 days on, 2 days off. Try not to drink coffee on Sunday, and that's how I do my coffee.
Awesome. Definitely an interesting one. I love asking that question. I believe this is like our 40th episode already, and nobody, which you would think a lot more people would, take their coffee the same way. So really great to hear. Tells us a little bit about who we have on the show, and something I'd love to speak about and get out of the way right away is I heard you bear crawled a marathon, let alone just executing on a marathon. So maybe you could speak a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been the hot topic of a lot of my chats lately, but I guess I'll fill you in a little bit. I got this idea from my buddy Ross Edgley. Ross is also amazing. He swam around Great Britain in 157 days without touching water. The guy is an animal. But anyways, I was with him in England, and yeah, him and I were talking on just the importance of the world and inspiring and impacting others. And and how you can do things to really impact a community in a positive way. And I was thinking about that really deeply on how having a social media platform, you can take that and you can go either way. Some ways, maybe it's not so positive. Some ways are super positive, etc. And, we came up with this idea of bear crawling a marathon for suicide awareness. And, I chose that. My father took his life when I was 16. And so I feel pretty heavily on just mental health. And I see, he was such a happy human, and he didn't have an outlet for that. And, after watching those struggles, it really, for 10 years, it was just eating at me. And I'm like, I want to do something to bring more awareness to it. And so that's what I did. And so, I would wake up every morning, 4 or 5 days a week at about 3 a.m. And I would just go and I would bear crawl. And it was sort of like my meditation. I would look forward to it. I was really excited because I would be out on the field earlier than everyone else. And so at that point, I'm very competitive in my head. I'm like, all right, I'm already winning. I wouldn't leave anything out on the table. I mean, I would give every single day as hard as I could possibly go, training, recovering, mentally, going to sleep, everything for a year straight. And yeah, after that year, on October 31st of last year, 2021, I set off at 5 p.m. and I chose about 20 people to walk with me, and they were all former teammates of mine or sports individuals in a sense, right? They've all played sports, so they all had this like fourth quarter mentality. They all know how to act in game day situations. And so I chose them. They walked with me, and about 21 hours and 48 minutes later, I ended up crossing the finish line, bear crawled 26.2 miles throughout New York City. And it was really hard. I mean, there's no way around it. I mean, it was extremely hard. I threw up about 50 plus times. My hands were covered in blisters. I mean, it took me 3 months to recover, and yeah, I mean, it was just really cool. I mean, it was a purpose-driven, I guess, activity. Ended up raising about $500,000 for veterans and suicide awareness for the certain foundation. So that was amazing. And I was just obsessed with the process. I mean, I bear crawled for about, a couple million seconds, right, throughout the year. The 2 seconds of crossing the finish line was cool, but I was so obsessed with those like 2 million seconds training that's what I think made it, possible. And so, I don't know, the process was just really fun for me.
Wow, unbelievable. And sorry to hear about your father, but the drive that it's given you and the positive energy you have, it's unbelievable. And, how many people complete a marathon, and then for you to go at it for 21 hours, that's truly remarkable. So great job on it. Sorry, continue.
No, yeah, I appreciate it. And I mean, you mentioned energy. I mean, I think energy, everything you put out in the world is exactly what you're going to get back. And so I appreciate you and I chatted before this, and we were speaking on energy, and I'm just a big believer. So I appreciate your positivity.
Yeah, no, awesome. And then all of a sudden you're involved in this whole supplement space. Maybe you want to speak a bit about that journey and how it went with Promix Nutrition and kind of that whole launch in your life.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in a very health-oriented household. Grew up in New Hampshire on a farm. I mean, we had horses, we had cows, we had chickens, we had everything you could imagine. And I grew up always knowing what was going in my body. We were never really allowed to have junk food. We were always encouraged to go outside and, be more active with our bodies and whatnot. And so growing up, it came super, super natural to me, I guess, to get into this space. I was never in that space, which is kind of funny. I was always, working by the hour, I guess, growing up, and, you're paid X amount an hour, and that's kind of what you're focused on. And once, I started to understand, wow, I could really reach an entire world by selling online. And, the supplement space was very interesting to me. I hit the nutrition part. I could reach the most amount of people possible. And then, I could give my learnings throughout my life. I'm 29. I don't know everything, but I do know what I've learned and what I like and what I don't like. And so I think that's kind of what I give. And we listen to our customers. And I really was searching for a partner that was obsessed with the ingredients and where we got them. And so I found that guy, Albert. And so, we founded Promix, and he is, a great partner in that sense. We go right to the farm. We have our partners. We know exactly what's in the soil, where it's coming from, everything about it. So he's a great guy to, have on board and to partner with. So I'm excited. It's good stuff. We're just growing, try to keep our customers happy, try to give them, the best products in the world at an affordable price. And, right now we're based only in, obviously on PlantX, but, in the US. And yeah, it's cool to see how you can reach so many people just being online, and, people seeing your athletes that you sign to the brand, and, them accomplish really cool things. Like Bullet Valentina just recently won her 7th world title. She's one of our athletes, and, our product fuels her. So to see a UFC champion go out and, actually use the product and actually win and really make an impact on society, I think is why we're all here.
Awesome. And what I love about what we do, we're a platform, right, at the end of the day. So we try to carry the best products out there. We do try to give people choice and selection. So far, the feedback has been fantastic off of your products. And that's what I love about what we do, is you as a brand, as you know, it's so hard to win that brand war. When you finally win it, or at least get ahead like you're doing and thinking outside the box, it's a massive win for you guys. But at the end of the day, as a platform, it gives us the ability to meet partners like yourself that have built these phenomenal companies, and get a chance to meet you, to understand what that product means, so that we could then share it with our, hopefully one day millions of customers around the world, where, hey, we have this awesome new product, come try it out. And we have their ears and eyes on our platform. So I know that not all of your products are vegan, but, and we obviously carry your vegan products. Maybe you could speak about why you made this decision to start introducing vegan products in your portfolio.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, the number one thing that we do is listen to our customers. Our retention rate is super high, and we want to do what's right by the customers, but by also giving our insight on what we've seen, whether, Albert and I traveling around, whether it's Albert being a registered dietitian. He has so many degrees, I can't even name them all off, but this guy's uber smart in that field. And so, after listening to our customers and hearing that, they want a vegan product, we went out and, we found one of the best farms in the world, in Canada, actually, to source our pea protein from. And, we help package it up. And our thoughts with the quality is, a lot of just brands in general, especially, supplement brands, or, any CPG brand, a lot of times when they add flavor, they're really just like hiding the taste of the natural product. Our product is such high quality that we don't really have to hide it with any. So a lot of our flavors are actually non-flavor. And so that was really exciting to launch, the non-flavor vegan pea protein from Canada with the B12. And so that's exciting. And then what's really exciting about launching the vegan, it's a product that we know we can be very transparent with. The processing, the supply chain, everything, we're very transparent with it, with being in Canada rather than, sourcing it from China like most. So, keeping it in North America, providing it to our customer, we know that, our brand pillars are transparency. That's one of the main ones. So if it allows us to be transparent and we can provide you a high quality product, where everyone wins, and it can help you accomplish, your health goals, then it's a win-win. And so, yeah, it's definitely taken off for us, and we're excited to keep expanding. We actually have a couple more vegan product coming out, and sky's the limit.
Well, we're excited for you to come out with those products and get it on our platform, and super bold, obviously, going out there and doing unflavored pea protein. A lot of people would say, wow. And at the end of the day, you explained it fantastic. At the end of the day, if you don't have anything to hide, then just leave it natural. So, and then blend it with whatever you want. I think that's great. And Devon, I don't know if you know this, but obviously this platform, the show is live, and we stream to Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. Again, kind of like our platform where we give choice. We like to give choice to our investors and shareholders to watch on their platform of choice. But at the same time, we love to encourage them to send in their questions and get feedback and live questions for you. I already see, based on some of the questions from today's show, that there's some fans out there even speaking about this hike that you have coming up, and we'll get to discussing that in a little bit. And to last week's winners, we have Life's Alternative Route on Instagram, and Sean Adams, who really participated and really helped give value to PlantX. So we're going to go ahead and send out some plant bundles to them. And then perhaps for next week, we'll send out some of your protein to a lucky investor or shareholder. Yeah. So before we get to sorry,
send it out. Let's go. I love it.
Love it. I'll go with one more question, and then we'll open up the floor. We're at about the 17-minute mark, so just want to be mindful to everybody's time as well as yours. And we thank you very much for taking time out of your Monday to join us. But obviously, you've seen it, we've seen it. The plant-based space is just exponentially growing. We've seen it absolutely explode. The numbers show it. There's no slowdown in sight. Since COVID, the pandemic, etc., people are really being mindful to what they're putting in their bodies. That's at least what we see. What have you seen over the last year and a half?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen, it goes per person, right? I'm not a big believer in diets. I think they're super temporary. I'm also a big believer in sustainability, in health and life in general, in giving back. And so I think not to sound cliche, but whatever works for your body, right? You can't, go in and get a blood test and see what levels are up, what levels are down. Can plant, being more plant forward, can that help out? Can being more meat forward, can that help out, right? And so I think everyone's different in that sense. And no, I don't think it's slowing down. To answer your question, I think if anything, more and more studies are coming out. Hence why I kind of cut back on meat a little bit, right? I used to be a little bit more meat forward and heavy, and I've noticed a difference in inflammation and just recovery a little bit faster, right? By being, if I have a plate, 100% out of it, maybe 80% is plants and about 20 is meats. And I try to stay as plant forward as possible with that. And at the end of the day, recovery is everything. So whatever I can do to speed up my recovery the fastest, I'll try to do.
Love it. And I love what you said. Listen to your body. Each person is unique. I was iron deficient for many years, anemic, etc. And when I actually went and cut out all the meat in my diet and went towards fully plant-based, it actually repaired my body, which goes against everything that we're taught growing up. So I'm a strong believer in exactly what you said. Stop listening to what we've all been told. The world's come a long way. We're here in 2021, and take the time to look at what's great for you at the end of the day. And yeah, no, thanks for sharing that. And I guess just one last question, because I think it's a phenomenal one based on what you've done and what you've been able to accomplish. But basically, what would your number one tip be for someone looking to accomplish something that seems impossible?
I would say my biggest tip for that is to take a different route home every day. I think that'll help open your brain more about what's out in the world. It'll culture you a little bit more. It'll make you more aware. It'll help you maybe come up with new ideas. I think that's the biggest part about just business or accomplishing anything is self-doubt. And so if you can become smarter in your surroundings and understand what's really out there, I think it'll lead to success.
Love that. And, when I was living in the Bahamas for 7 years, if I tried taking that different route home each day, I probably would have ran into some trouble. I would have had to become super creative, but,
That's right.
would have done swimming, everything and that, so it's
Everything.
great. It would have pushed me. It would have got my mind really thinking. So I love it.
Exactly. Open your mind a little bit. No, I think this was super fun, and I really appreciate you guys having me on the podcast.
Yeah, no, thanks, Devon. And again, thanks for taking time. And we have a couple questions, if you don't mind.
Of course.
If we go ahead and ask those, it'd be great to hear your take on them. So first one, how do you prep yourself mentally to get into the game? What's going through your mind on the start line?
Yeah, I mean, I normally always have a North Star. I try to always control the controllable and not try to control the uncontrollable. And so, training for something or being prepared for a meeting or being prepared for maybe a new investment, I always want to know that I put my best foot forward to do so. And so I'm never going to really beat myself up. I think a lot of people beat themselves up. Self-kindness is the best type of kindness. And so if you can leave it out all on the table and you trained your ass off, you got that, that meeting and all the notes together as best as you possibly could, right? I think that's the answer to it.
Awesome. No, that's great advice. And then we also got a question about, and I think the person's setting me up because they know that sometimes I struggle on some words in the vocabulary, and it's you're about to hike Kilimanjaro, right?
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, that's going to be the first one, but yes, I'm getting ready to climb the highest point on every continent. And so Kilimanjaro, I'll leave for December 15th, and that should be about a 5-day climb, depending on acclimation. And then Aconcagua, I always mess that one up. But that's in South America. That's the highest point in South America. And then I'll do Elbrus, Vinson, Mount Everest, Denali, then the Cartons Pyramid. And so I'll be doing the highest point on every continent in the world in about 500 days. So it should be very exciting.
That's awesome. Maybe I'll ask you for a little favor if we get you some PlantX flags to put up top and grab a picture for us. We'd love that, and follow your journey, and definitely share it with all of our followers and everything.
Of course. Your wish is my command. I got you. Give me the flag.
Awesome, man. Out of curiosity, what kind of plant-based products would you bring on a hike like that? Because those are insane hikes that you're about to go after. Yeah, for sure. So we're actually coming out with 2 products right now, an endurance formula and a mental endurance formula per se. I can't really speak about it quite yet, but those 2 products I'll not only be taking, but I'll also be testing them on the mountain too. Really give feedback on them. And if I can take those and be without hardcore foods, hard foods, for those 20 or 30-day climbs, and I can really take these products, then I'm excited to launch them out into the market. I absolutely love somebody who believes so much in the product that they produce that they're willing to try it out for themselves and give it a go. So yeah. It speaks a lot for you and your company, Devon. So thanks again for having. Thanks again for coming on to the PlantX Vodcast, and thank you for being such a valued partner. We can't wait to see where this partnership goes.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Thanks for having us, and again, thanks for carrying our products and believing in us. And we'll try and our hardest. And again, like I said, we don't leave anything out on the table. We really want to provide you guys with the highest quality, most affordable products to give to your guys' customers. And I don't believe in competitors. I think we can all win this together. So again, I really just appreciate you guys.
Hey, thanks again, Devon, and look forward to having you on the show. Another time into the future to get an update and hear all about the hikes you're about to go after. Good luck,
yes,
and best of luck with all of that.
Of course, excited to give you guys an update. Thanks, Sean. I appreciate you.
Cheers, man. So, as I'm sure it's no surprise to anybody today, obviously it was on top of all the news feeds out there, how Instagram, Facebook, everything was down. I even noticed Google struggling a little bit on some searches, and it just shows you, even though it's 2021 and technology's where it's at, it's still not perfect. And I hope that wherever you were in the world today, you got to take some time away and really appreciate something different. You know, if you don't have the chance to go outdoors or enjoy the space you're in because we're glued to the objects out there, I think today was a great opportunity to take some time to yourself and to appreciate even more what we all have in the world. And PlantX, we keep our heads down. Michael from our team is over in Tel Aviv sending us pictures. I don't know if the team's posted them on Instagram yet to show the progress. It looks awesome. I think as an investor shareholder, you could be so proud. And even when I go to the Squamish store, which we've been revamping, the official launch is October the 14th. And Corey, it's a Sunday. He could hire whoever he wants to do the work, but he takes so much pride in the space that we're building out over there, and it's going to look really amazing. And thank you very much to all of our Squamish customers who've supported us, and the growth we've seen during the pandemic is something that we never dreamt of. So thank you very much to all of you. And Hillcrest San Diego, we're now 2 weeks away from the official launch over there. And Alex, our CMO, had a chance to go to our Venice location this weekend, and to that team, again, keeping their heads down, revamping, restocking, bringing in new inventory, new products. Can't wait to tell everybody about what's going on. And later this week or early next week, some of the largest PlantX news about to hit the press. So keep your eyes peeled. I think you will be extremely happy as shareholders and investors. And on that note, thank you again for taking time out of your Monday to join us and learn about what PlantX is all about. Till next week, stay curious, stay planted, stay healthy. Cheers.
Thanks for watching the PlantX Vodcast. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more information, go to investor.plantx.com. See you next time.